Welcome to a TV talk. You, the TV series You, Wrapped. It's been out on Netflix. This was series 5, I think. And yeah, what a series. I took my time with it. I don't like to always like binge certain things. I will say with You specifically, I was one of the few. I always like to mention sometimes. I was one of the few who was watching it when it premiered on Lifetime in 2018, like August, September. I remember when it premiered then, that week by week release, making you wait for it. I got so impatient, I just actually grabbed the book. I went to get the book from the library, and I read the book before the series even finished on TV, because I was like, I need to know what happens, like what's going on with Beck and Joe and all these things. And I've been recommending it to people so much as those weeks were going on, and people like didn't watch it. And then it hit Netflix like Christmas time or Boxing Day, 2018. And if you were around at that time and like aware of what was going on, it blew up massively all over the world, and people were watching You, and it did like crazy numbers and things like that. And then since then, it's been on Netflix every season and drops all the episodes at once. So, but I kind of go through it slowly. I was kind of like watching one a week, maybe two at the most, and I just finished it not long ago, and I think it was a good series. I think it was. I've heard from people like I think season 1 was really great. Season 2 and 3 are like around love. And season 4 was, Joe was in London, and this season he's back with Kate and living in New York and kind of going down that whole path that Joe often goes on with having an obsession and things like that and trying to be better and whatever else. I think it was, I'm happy with how it went. I'm happy he was caught. And I think specifically with that, I liked especially how they ended the series, like the very, very last scene where he's in prison and you're seeing him like kind of doing his little monologue, talking to himself, whatever, and he's getting fan mail, and it's like someone, a woman presumably like sending him this message talking about how much she loves him, and she wants him to do yada 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 to her and all these things. And Joe says something like, played by Penn Badgley, he says something like, maybe the problem isn't me, maybe it's you. And it looks at the camera at the last minute. And I remember watching, and I remember thinking it was kind of like a good note to end on, because Penn at times, as the show got big, he kept trying to remind people Joe was not someone you should be like fawning over, like he's a horrible person, he's a murderer, psychopath. Why are you guys like acting like he's like this great? Oh, I wish someone would do what Joe would do for me or something like that. Like, even if it's like in jest, it's like, think about the times where we've had serial killers or just horrible people in jail, and suddenly they have all these fans who marry them or who send them all types of stuff. It's like, no, like these are bad people. So I kind of liked how they ended like that, kind of like a reminder, like this is not a good person. And overall, I think the series was great, and congrats to everyone involved.